Hey, are you struggling to get the woman of your dreams? Guys, we're going to give you the 3 most common mistakes when approaching and getting that 360 hot woman of your dreams. And so, Brian, I've been really pushing on the last couple months to really pull back, dive deep into how he, defined, found, got, and keep his 360 hot, guys. So he's going in depth. He's going from point A to point B on the exact strategies, all the things that he's used. And also I'm throwing in stuff because I've been on the market before and I've used some strategies that have been extremely effective. So with that being said, let's get into the 3 most common mistakes most guys make.
All right, guys, I'll tell you one of the biggest things and one of the things, I'll give you a quick background. So don't drink, don't smoke, don't do drugs. Now, I had some friends of mine that used to always want to go out to clubs and meet girls and all that stuff. When I was single, that's all fun and good. So what I did is I spent a lot of time looking at what these guys would do, studying what worked, what did not work in my own relationships, figured out the right things, the things that worked, the things that were a waste of time, the things that were hokey and did not work out. So what I've done is I've created a framework here with Bridger here, because he's got some excellent input too, to give you guys all the really good guts on how to get out there, find that 360 hot girl, get the approach, get through that, get through the dating, get the texting down, get all that back and forth that you have to do in order to get her into that girlfriend, and then hopefully eventually a wife and a good family. So those of you that know me know that my family is my world, and I'm the head of the family, and my wife is right there next to me, and she is a 360 stunningly hot girl inside and out, and that's what I want to work on. So I'm going to jump right into some stuff. One of the main things that guys do is the approach, right? That's what sets everything in motion, guys. And that determines a thumbs up or a get out of my face and get out of my space, right? So I'm just going to tell you one of the simplest things I can tell you right now, and we'll get in detail into the program once we get in there. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. It's a KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yep.
Don't go up there with a bunch of crap lines. Don't go up there with all that
cheesy
stupid,
pickup lines.
Stupid
It doesn't
crap.
work.
They'll roll their eyes and next. They've had so much of that.
You're like every
crap.
single guy.
Yeah, so much of that crap. Just kill that. Don't do that.
Make it simple.
Make it simple. All right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that also you have to understand is a lot of these really gorgeous girls, they all came from the same cloth. I mean, they're girls, right? So they start out raised by their mom and their dad, hopefully, or some variants of that right there. Skin and bones, it's a girl.
They're a human being just like you.
Yeah, they have a different frame than this one over here. They're all great, all that good stuff. If they're super hot, guess what, guys? If they have good character, a lot of times they don't get approached. They get left off.
Yeah.
The guys take the low-hanging fruit, as they call it.
They get intimidated.
They get
the
so
9s and the
intimidated.
10s. Yep.
They take a 6 or a 7 and they settle, right?
Yes.
So what that does is for you guys, I want you to reframe your mind.
That's
right?
the second most
That's
common
the
mistake
second thing
is they
is they
frame the
frame.
approach as hard.
Yes.
Oh, it's so hard. I always get rejected. So they link and they frame the approach as that. What I've done to basically eliminate what Brian calls zero call reluctance.
Kill the call reluctance.
Kill the call reluctance. What I've done is I've actually framed it. The hotter the chick, the easier the approach.
Yes.
Because the hottest girls are so hot. Guys don't know how to talk. They start stumbling over their words and they make mistakes. And they don't get approached because they're so afraid of rejection and they don't feel worthy. And so that's why and then when they do approach those hotties, because they don't feel worthy, the girl can feel that energy and she basically rejects him because that's the energy he's putting off.
Yep.
So go into it lighthearted. Just go into it to getting to know her. Simple as that.
Yep. So very simple. Now, the other thing that girls are going to do, and the hotties do this in particular because sometimes they do get approached, depending on where they're at and the environment that they hang out in all the time.
Yes.
That really determines also the approachability of it. So if you catch a girl in the club that is, a 10, she's going to act like she's a 12. The 8s are going to act like they're 10s. The 7s are going to act like they're 10s.
The egos,
it's ridiculous. Yeah, the egos are out of control. So, guys, pick a different area.
Yeah, think about
them
the type
out
of
of that arrogant environment and get them into an environment that's a little bit simpler.
Guess where Brian found his?
Coffee shop.
Coffee shops are gold. Think about where the hotties are in your city. Go to that coffee shop, get some work done, get some homework done, and just look. And then kind of observe, if there's a girl that you like, immediately go for it, guys. Yeah. This is where most guys do is they overcomplicate it, they get in their own head, they overthink it. It's as simple as just going up there, guys.
Yeah, guys, and this is one of the last things I'm going to say about the linking and the reframing. So with Jen, when I first saw her, literally my jaw dropped. I mean, I was like, okay, God made this girl for me. I mean, literally the prettiest girl I've ever seen, right?
Yep.
So what I had done years back that made this particular situation actually work out in my favor was I created more pain to having her walk out of my life and never making that approach than I did to getting my butt shot down.
Yeah.
Right? Once you make that transition, then you have so much pain to not actually having that opportunity.
Yep.
And when you have that, you do more to avoid that pain, so you actually make that approach. And in making that approach, your odds increase from 0 to whatever it is, right?
You're already at a no.
You're already at a no.
That's what Brian says.
You're already at a 0. So you lose nothing by making that approach.
Leave your ego at the door, guys.
Sometimes I'll stomp it. Sometimes I'll
Oh,
stomp
that's the one thing. Within the first 1 to 10 minutes, that's what you're talking about. The hotties, because they get sometimes approached.
the crap test.
The crab test, guys. They will test you, test your strength, test your character, because they don't want a guy that doesn't feel worthy of having them. They want a guy that is strong. They don't want a guy that is weak, that bows down to them. They want a guy who really leads them. They want a leader, an alpha. So go ahead.
Yeah, so what they're basically going to do is they're going to test you. So what you have to do is you have to walk a very fine line. And I will go inside this program. I'm going to go over some personalities, all right? And this is personality 101, that when you understand the 4 different personality types, you're going to understand the correct approach for that particular girl.
Yes.
And when you have that under your belt, that actually applies to pretty much everything that you're going to do, right? So it determines whether you're going to be laid back. It determines whether you're going to be, very direct with them, whether you're going to be a little bit arrogant or cocky. It all depends on their personality, and you have to learn how to read that immediately. Right? Because your window to actually get into that environment and have a success is usually less than a minute, right? So understand that. But we're going to go into all that cool detail. We've got so much stuff to teach you guys. And this is all stuff that absolutely works. It's stuff that I've been very successful with, and it's something that has gotten me the most just enriched, best place in my life because of these strategies, and I want to share them with you. And Bridger finally worked me into doing this, so now I'm actually pretty pumped up about sharing it with you guys.
This is going to be a game-changing program. Listen, don't overcomplicate the approach, but here's the thing. You can get on a fast track to making it a lot easier, right?
Yeah, don't reinvent the wheel, just put your spin on it.
Yes,
so I'm going to help you put a lot of spins on it that are going to be excellent and in your favor.
So Brian, he was telling me the other day that the reason he's telling me about that pain is he linked a lot of pain to approach and get rejected for a long time, right? Earlier, what age did that switch?
So basically what happened with me is in my 20s, I used to be a trainer for years, as you know, and we still do a lot of the training and coaching stuff now, which is one of my favorite things to do. But in my 20s, I was pretty shy. Even in high school, I had a good-looking girlfriend. I was lucky, but I just did not have the confidence that an absolute alpha would have. And so these girls would come on to me, and I was just like, man, surely they're not coming at me, right? And so I just didn't have that confidence. Well, what I figured out is I had a couple girls that were absolutely excellent girls that I was too timid to approach. And so I screwed up 100% of my opportunity to actually have that relationship. Now, God had a plan for me, because that's the only way I got to Jen was by being stupid then. But what I'm going to help you guys do is not be stupid at any point or from the point you work with us forward, so that opportunity comes now, and you don't have to wait as long as I had to wait to get that 360 hot that I now have.
How old were you when you got the 360 hot?
So I met Jen. We're now, our 5-year anniversary is in a few days. So we've been together for 7 years. And,
So you're 42?
I was 42.
42, guys. So we want to help you cut that by 20 years.
Now, I want you guys to have this. If you're in your 20s, I want you to develop this skill set that I'm going to teach you, and Bridger's going to work on with you as well, so that you have this, so you have the life that I now have, because I
in a shorter amount of time
my life, and I want you guys to be able to reach this level at a much earlier time, because it's the most enriched I've ever felt. And I want you to not focus on being a player. I want you to play in the space until you find your 360, be successful at it, and then build that successful relationship. Because the most fulfilled people I know that are older, like my parents, for example, they've been married for many years. So my stepfather raised me. You guys don't know a lot about me personally, but they've been together for over 30 some odd years. And that's amazing. that's the goal I have. That's the goal I want to set for my beautiful little kiddos. And that's the kind of mindset I want you guys to develop, is that strong relationship, that strong bond that I want you to play.
It's more
forward.
fulfilling.
So
Yeah, exactly.
that's what we got, guys.
Exactly, guys. And so that is why I remember as Brian was telling me one time, it was like you were like 24, 26 before you killed the call reluctance, right?
Well, yeah. So the call reluctance, I actually,
going up and
yeah, it was
pitching, 'cause
probably
you were-
a little bit. I'd say probably 27, 28.
27, 28, guys.
And I missed some really super quality girls
Opportunities.
in that time frame.
It'll work out for you, though.
But something I'm telling you guys, God will have a plan for you. You just got to apply it, right?
Yes.
And we will be your helping hands that get you there super fast.
Exactly.
So when those opportunities come up, you're able to capitalize on the opportunity instead of watching somebody else do
You'll
it.
have the skill set, guys. The
Yeah.
mindset, the skill set. And that brings back one thing he said. He was 42 when he finally did that. What we want to do is cut 20 years off that. So as Tony Robbins talks about, compress days into decades by learning from a mentor.
Decades into days.
Decades into days, guys. And so basically, you're gonna have a mentor. You're gonna have Brian, myself, and you're gonna have the strategy to get there. And we're gonna give you accountability to take massive action. The simple 3-step formula to get anywhere you want in life, guys.
Yep.
So if you are interested in this elite level program, guys, it closes 48 hours. We still have some spots left. So what we want you to do is DM us 360 hot. 360 hot, guys, and we're going to get you the information. And if you do think, we're asking you a couple questions, if we do think you're a good fit, what we're actually going to do is hop on a quick phone call. And if it is a good fit, we're going to get you in the program, and we're going to get you that 360 hot in the next 13 weeks, guys. Build the skill set, build the life, become a 360
I'm gonna
alpha.
start immediately, guys, because I missed a lot of fun by being slow to the game, and now that's why I work with Bridger so hardcore. As young as Bridger is, I did not want him to make the mistakes that I did, and in
Yep.
doing so, he's been able to achieve what took me so much longer
Yep.
by paying attention and executing on these strategies like that.
Yep.
Couple months.
Exactly, guys. So, like we said, DM us 360 hot, and we will get back to you in the DMs. With that being said, guys, if you like the video, make sure you leave a like. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave any comments or questions for us, or any video ideas, and we'll be creating videos for you soon. With that being said, guys, DM us 360 hot, and we look forward to talking. Peace.